For those of you who maltreat your spouses today, I just have one question for you. Have you ever thought about tomorrow? Have you ever thought about how you are going to age and who you will age with? Many of you today, you are agile, you are active, you are full of life. You have all the resources. You have everything it takes to be a good husband or a good wife and enjoy your life with your spouse. But what do you choose to do? You choose to spend your time with others, to spend your resources on others. You choose to do charity outside rather than your home. You choose to spend outside rather than your own family. And remember, the Bible says that whatever a man sows, he reaps. Obviously, you are planning for your tomorrow from today. Yes, today you are wealthy, you are financially okay. What do you choose to do as a man? You choose to spend your money on side chicks. You choose to spend your money on women, leaving your wife, leaving your children. Many of you, you are so irresponsible that you don't even pay your children's school fees. You leave everything for your wife. Or you as a wife, you choose to disrespect your husband. You choose other people above him. You choose to listen to other people rather than your husband. You choose to listen to outsiders, being influenced negatively by others rather than your husband. A time is coming when it will be only you and your spouse. And the big question is this: what will you do then? Will you be bold enough to enjoy yourself with your spouse? Because a time comes when you no more be active as you are today. No matter how strong you are, no matter how wealthy you are, no matter how active you are, or agile, or energetic, or full of life, a time comes by the virtue of health, age, and season, things will no longer be as today. It is what you plan today. It is those things you do today, the way you treat your spouse today, that will make you enjoy yourself tomorrow. Many of you don't have any emotional connection, no intimacy with your spouse. Then when old age comes, who are you going to age with? That's why you see many people when their children are gone, because a time comes when your children will go. Yes, nah. The day you married your spouse, the children were not there. The day you married your spouse, it was you and your wife or you and your husband. Then you started having children. A day comes when they will leave. By the virtue of going to school or getting married or going to look for their greener pastures, it will now remain only you and your spouse. Check out now. Look at your parents. Look at elderly people, senior citizens. Those that maybe years ago they were full of life, but today they can't do much because time has caught up with them. Age has caught up with them. Whether you like it or not, you will age. So it is how you treat your spouse now that you will age with him or her tomorrow. That's why I see many women, because of the way their husbands treated them when the man was full of life and had everything, when it is time to go and do omugo, they will go and will never come back. And that is when you need your spouse the most. Someone to talk to, someone to have a chat with, someone to play with, a companion, an emotional companion. And then you are aging alone. It is what you do today that will determine how you are going to age tomorrow. Some of you will age alone. Yes, because of the way you treat your spouse today. Why can't you enjoy your life with your spouse and your family? You listen to people, you listen to outsiders, they advise you on how to run your home. Then when trouble comes, none of them will be there. A time comes when all your friends will no more be there. All those people you are spending money on, the side chicks, the outsiders you prefer above your spouse. A time comes, the side chicks, the side cocks, the outsiders, the friends that you prefer above your spouse. A time comes when they will leave you because there's nothing as a family. A time comes when you will no more see them. And that is when you will now know who loves you most. It is how you treat your spouse now that will determine how you will age tomorrow. I've heard some people that will say, I have money. When that time comes, I will buy my way. Let me tell you, money is good. Money is an empowerment, but there are some things that money cannot do. Even when you hire a laborer or a domestic staff, they can't be like your spouse. They can't. Have we not heard about people that were maimed or murdered by their domestic staff because they are not a family? But when you invest your time when you are young and active. Being with your family, being with your spouse and your children, you are investing quality time. You are planting a seed that you will enjoy when you are old. It is how you treat your family and spouse that will determine how your tomorrow will be. You see some children, when they have gone, they don't even ask about their parents, they don't ask about their father or their mother. It's because when they were growing up, they saw everything, because you are raising children that you are influencing. How are you influencing them? How are you parenting them? Children, they see everything and they don't forget. Most of all, there are things that happened during our childhood days that till now we have not forgotten. A child does not forget how you treat his or her mother or how you treat his or her father. And when they grow up with that, you can't change that. Now that they are much younger and growing as kids, you can actually bend them. You can influence them. Some of you are a disappointment as parents. You are not there for your children. You are not there for your spouse. And when they now grow up, you want the magic to happen. How? During their formative stage, you are not there to grow up with them. You were not always at home. You were always busy. Fine, I know that maybe by the virtue of your job or career or something, you always got. But you can actually create a quality time. Then how do you want to be their friends when they are grown? How do you now want to have that relationship you never created or had when they were already grown? The harvest you need tomorrow should start today. There is no two ways about it. There is no magic about it. You look at some young men today, they waste their youthful time spending on side chicks, spending on others, and their families are lacking. Their wife can't afford much. Their children are not well taken care of. Then tomorrow, when something happens and every other person runs away, you expect your spouse to be there for you. How? When she needed you, when he needed you, were you there? Were you there emotionally? Some of you, your own is to provide. You are not there emotionally. There is no intimacy between you and your spouse. It's not enough to provide. It's good to provide, but it's not enough. That is something that money cannot buy, and that is time and relationship. Money cannot buy that. And everybody values that person that is there for them when they needed them. So it is not enough to be a father or a mother. You have to deliberately and intentionally plant the seed that you want to have as harvest tomorrow. So go on with this question and ask yourself, the way I'm treating my spouse today, the way I'm treating my family today, will I boldly enjoy their companionship tomorrow when I need them? Let me leave you with these last words. A time comes when your friends might not be there, when every other person might not be there, and the only person that will be there for you is your family, your spouse. Mind the way you treat your spouse today is not enough to provide. Is not enough to answer a husband or a wife. You must be there and deliver your duty faithfully. Stop breaking the heart of your spouse. Stop hurting them. Stop being the reason why they cry. Stop being the reason why they are mocked. Stop being the reason why your spouse is always in pains or in a heartbreak. For every of your tears, God will avenge. A time comes when your children will leave home. It will only be you and your spouse. Are you cultivating that relationship, that bond, that companionship today? The main essence of marriage is for companionship. I hope you have learned one or two things. Thank you so much for being with me again on Moment with Aya series. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit notification bell. It doesn't take time. I will see you again. Bye.